Hello dear students. Now after learning accounting for partnership firm fundamentals, we are moving ahead to a further very good topic that is known as goodwill. You already know what goodwill is. In your 11th standard, you already studied what goodwill is, but what you studied in your standard 11th was just a small part. Here you are going to study in detail. So let us move ahead into goodwill, nature and valuation. Let us know the concepts of goodwill. Now goodwill is divided into two concepts. One is the theory concept and the other one is the practical concept. I'll be dealing with both the concepts separately. So in the next slide, I'll explain it to you. The very first one is the theory concept. What does it mean? It is the image or reputation of a business and it is name and fame to help enjoy good earnings. It is an intangible asset and has some realizable value. Now this is the theory concept. That is how a businessman does his business, how does he deal with his customers, timely does he supply the goods into the market or not. All these are counted at the time of calculating goodwill. So this is the reputation that he is earning by doing business. And when his profit, because of this good reputation, he gets good amount of profit. So there is, he enjoys good earnings. Now, as you know, in your 11th standard itself you studied, it is an intangible asset. You cannot see it, you cannot feel it, but it is there. Okay. Now, when you are studying goodwill, when you are studying the chapter of goodwill, that goodwill has to have some realizable value, some monetary value it has to have in order to record it into the balance sheet. That is why it is said it has some realizable value. The second concept is practical concept. Practical means where calculations are there, where you have to calculate it out. So it is calculated in three methods: average profit method, super profit method and capitalization method. Okay. Now what do you mean by average profit method? Average you already know when you divide it by 2. Okay. But here average profit means you will be given certain number of years of profit and the average of that profit has to be calculated and then the goodwill will be calculated. So in such type of method you will be given the profit of certain number of years and based on that you have to calculate the amount of goodwill. The next is super profit. Now, what do you mean by super profit? Now, for this, you need to understand what is normal profit, what is super profit. Then only you will be able to understand the super profit method. So, I'll help you out in it. First of all, let us understand what do you mean by normal profit. Normal profit means the profit which a businessman earns in a firm. Okay, the normal course of the business, he is earning some profit, that is known as super profit. Means he is expecting that he will be getting some amount of profit. Okay, and so, when it comes to super profit, above his expectations, okay, more than what he expected, if he gets some return, it is known as super profit. Okay, now what do you mean by in this super profit and all? Abnormal profit can also come, abnormal loss can also come. Normal loss means what? Super loss you won't call it, but normal loss means what? Less than his expectation he earned the income. Okay, now, abnormal loss means, sorry, abnormal profit means what? The profit which he never expected, that benefit he got. Say, for example, he had filed a case against any company and he got the compensation after certain number of hearings and cases and all. He got a compensation for that case which he had sued on another party. So this he never expected he'll get it. So this is abnormal profit. What is abnormal loss? Abnormal loss means something, the loss which he never expected. Now whenever a businessman does business, He always expects something in future, that there will be a loss in future. Say for example, he is sending certain goods through waterways, or through shipment, or through roadways, or anything of that sort. So he expects that if everything goes off well, fine, but he expects that in during the transit time period there can be accident, the truck can meet with an accident, there can be loss of the goods and all which he is sending, or in shipment also this thing can happen, the weather can change. So all these things he expects and insures his product. So he already knows there will be some loss, there can be some loss, okay, but certain times he never expects. Unexpectedly, he has to face that loss. Say, for example, let us take the example of where is the same thing. He had sued against another company, and strategically that other company played the part, and they won the case. So he has to now pay the loss or the compensation. So this is happens unexpectedly, something happens that is known as abnormal loss. Unexpectedly some benefit you get, that is known as abnormal profit. Okay. Now all these things will come in all these three aspects. Average method, super profit method, and capitalization method also. So I hope now you know what super profit is. It is about the normal profit, or the excess or the average profit that you earn over the normal profit is known as the super profit. Now let us see what is capitalization method. Now capitalization, it can be capitalization of average profit, or capitalization of super profit also. Okay. Now, under this capitalization, it is divided into two categories. That is capitalization of average and capitalization of super profit, as I said. Now, let us see the first one, capitalization of average profit. Under this method, the goodwill is calculated by deducting the capital employed. Capital employed means net assets as on the date of calculation, whatever the net assets are in the by deducting the capital employed in the business from the capitalized value, okay, whatever capitalized value of average profit on the basis of normal rate of return. So capitalized value of the business is determined by capitalizing average profit earned at the normal rate of profit. Okay. Now there are certain formulas for calculating it. While doing the question, I'll explain it to you in detail. And the same way it is for capitalization of super profit. It means that the goodwill is calculated by capitalizing the super profit as at the normal rate of return. Okay. So super profit is determined on the same basis as it is determined under the super profit method. There are certain formulas for it, so that we'll discuss it, which is capitalized at the normal rate of return to determine the value of goodwill. Okay. So you should be very much aware of how average profit and super profit are calculated. Then capitalization method will be much easier. Now in average profit method, there is one more thing which is included, that is weighted average profit method. You are calculating the weights of each year's profit, and then you are calculating the weighted average profit method. So that will also I'll include into the calculation. Let us have a look into the need for valuing goodwill. Now, goodwill is valued for change in profit sharing ratio. That is, whenever a new partner is admitted, or whenever a partner retires from the firm, or whenever the partners decide to change the profit sharing ratio between them, at that time, goodwill has to be valued again. Second one is new partner is admitted. So whenever a new partner is admitted, obviously the profit sharing ratio will be affected, because of which the goodwill has to be valued. Whenever a partner retires from the firm, the remaining partners have to share the profit now among themselves only. So in that case also, goodwill has to be calculated, so that how much is to be given to the retiring partner can be calculated, and what will next be continued by the remaining partners can be calculated. Whenever a business is sold, at that time goodwill need to be calculated. The reason being, when you sell a business, not just the asset is what you are selling, but you are also selling your well settled business, your reputation, your fame, that you are passing on to the buyer. So you need to value the goodwill in order to add that amount or that realizable value in your sales value. That is why goodwill is calculated. Let us have a look into the factors affecting goodwill, the value of goodwill. First of all, location. Where a factory is situated affects a lot, because if it is in a remote area, then obviously the business won't be that much and the profit won't increase. He has to spend much of his money in sending the goods to the cities and making his goods or selling his goods into the market. So location is a very important aspect when a businessman sits to calculate, or when a businessman calculates the value of goodwill. Okay. The next is advantage of patents. Now, what do you mean by patents? Patents are the rights which are assigned, or the rights which a person gets for producing a particular type of product. So they are necessary for the manufacture or production of certain type of articles. Okay. Now a firm which possesses necessary patents will obviously have a better goodwill in the market, because of which they have got patent over their product, and this will increase the goodwill factor also. Then other factor is quality. So if the firm has a very good reputation in the market, obviously it means that customers are satisfied with the quality of the product. Therefore, there is no compromise in the quality, and the goods are ready sale. That is, instantly it is sold the moment it is there in the market. So this is a factor of goodwill. Another important factor is market situation. Now see, if in a firm, a business wherein the demand for the product is dealt in is higher than the supply, it will lead to lower capital requirement and higher profit. Okay, instantly the goods are supplied, and it will thus increase the value of the goodwill of the firm. Okay, the other factor is contract. Now, sometimes a firm has got long-term contracts for sale and purchase of the goods at favorable prices. This will also affect the profit and goodwill of the firm. There are other factors also. I have taken only the important factors over here and discussed with you. Let us classify the kinds or the categories of goodwill. Okay. So the classification of goodwill, it is classified into two categories. One is purchased goodwill and the other one is self-generated goodwill. Okay. Now here I have written an example so that you understand it better without me explaining much. First of all, let us see what purchased goodwill is. If someone purchased Reebok company, then he has to buy assets plus goodwill. It is purchased goodwill. Okay. So when a person goes to buy Reebok company, Reebok is already a very settled company, and someone goes to buy it, they not only have to buy the asset, but they will also have to pay some amount for the goodwill, because they are buying already a reputed firm or a reputed company. So the business is well settled. The person who is buying, he has to carry on that business. Okay. So he has already a very good goodwill in the market, and already settled by this Reebok company. Nothing new he has to do. He has to continue that business. Okay. That is purchased goodwill when assets plus goodwill is done. Then it is self-generated goodwill. Now what do you mean by self-generated? The company or the business is on its own earning the goodwill, that is by its business, by doing its by dealing with the customers regularly, looking to the needs of the customers, providing the goods timely into the market, fulfilling the demand, supplying the goods at accurate time and all. So this generates their goodwill in the market. This is known as self-generated goodwill. Actually, this self-generated goodwill does not have any monetary value. It is the effort put in to achieve the target. That effort is known as self-generated goodwill. Okay. Whereas purchased goodwill means what? As per accounting standard 26, you have to find out the realizable value in purchased goodwill. Let us now classify the goodwill a little bit more, that purchased and self-generated goodwill. Purchased goodwill as per accounting standard 26. It arises on purchase of business. Okay, when you purchase a business, at that time it arises. Consideration is paid for it, hence recorded. That is, consideration means cash. Money is paid. That is why it is recorded in the books of accounts. It has got some monetary value. That is why it is shown in balance sheet on the asset side. It has got subjective assessment, means you have to analyze it, you have to study it, you have to do it according to the methods which are mentioned. Which method you follow, that you have to specify. So in detail you have to specify. Amortized at the earliest. Amortized means depreciated. When you when you depreciate an intangible asset, you call it amortization. So you amortized at the earliest so that you can come to know how much is your value in the market. Your value in the market can be calculated by calculating the value of goodwill. The other one is self-generated goodwill. Now, self-generated goodwill, as I said earlier, it has no monetary value. It is generated internally over the year. That is, within the company, within the firm. Now, how the management is working. There are less clashes in the management. The management fulfills the needs of the workers. All these are self-generated goodwill. The management takes care to the needs of the customers, to the needs of the quality in the product. All these are self-generated goodwill. The effort that is put, okay, earned by efforts by the management. Efficiency and productivity obviously increases because you are putting in your hard work and you receive high profits. That is, the target is achieved, but still it is not calculated. There is no monetary value in it. Whereas in purchased goodwill, you will calculate a monetary value. Now let us look into the questions of goodwill. This is question number 2, T.S. Garewal 2019 edition. Profits for the 5 years ending 31st March are as follows. 5 years profit is given to us: 2015, 16, 17, 18 and 19. So for 5 years the profits are given. Calculate goodwill of the firm on the basis of 4 years purchase, okay, of 5 years average profit. Now students make a mistake that in the calculation of goodwill they multiply the number of years as 5. This 5 is to be taken when you calculate the average profit. And this basis of 4 years of purchase, this has to be taken at the time of calculating goodwill. So you have to read the question properly and take the number of years accordingly. So let us start the very first one. Goodwill formula is average profits into number of years of purchase. Now in the formula, average profit is there. So we will find out average profit. Okay. The formula for average profit is total profits divided by the number of years. So total profits are 4 lakh, 3 lakh 98, 4 lakh 50, 4 lakh 45 and 5 lakh divided by the number of years. So 5 years data or 5 years profit is given, divided by 5. So you'll do the total of it and find the amount of average profit, 4,38,600. The goodwill will be this average profit into number of basis of 4 years purchase. So number of years of purchase, that is 4. So the answer comes to be, the goodwill amount will be 17,54,400. So this is how average profit method is done. This is just a simple question. We'll go to the difficult ones. This is question number 7. Now here the question goes like this. Divya purchased Jyoti's business with effect from 1st April 2019. Profits shown by Jyoti's business for the last 3 financial years were 2016-17 1 lakh, including an abnormal gain of 12,500. 17-18 1 lakh 25 after charging an abnormal loss of rupees 25,000. 2018-19 1 lakh 12,500 excluding 12,500 as insurance premium on firm's property now to be insured. Calculate the value of firm's goodwill on the basis of 2 years purchase of the average profit of the last 3 years. Now this is a very important question because if a question of 4 mark is asked in goodwill, it can be from this average profit, or it can be from super profit, or it can be from capitalization profit. But the difficult part over here is they will ask you such type of questions where abnormal gain, in all these 3 methods it will come abnormal gain or abnormal loss or such type of indirect expenses there. Okay, so you have to be very careful when you do such type of a question. I have explained it with a statement. You can do it in a tabular form also. You can create 4 columns: year, profit, adjustments, and then normal profit. And then you can write the amounts in the columns accordingly. What is to be deducted can be written in bracket. What is to be added can be written as it is. And then the normal profit can be found out. Now in the beginning I already discussed what is abnormal gain. Okay, abnormal gain means what? The gain which was unexpected. Abnormal loss means what? The loss which was also unexpected. So such kind of things, if it is included in the profit, because a profit and loss account is generally prepared where everything, if you get an income it is recorded, if you have an expense or incur an expense or a loss, that is also included, and then you find out the net profit. Okay, but when you scrutinize it, that is when you study it into depth, you come to know that actually those things are abnormal gain or abnormal loss or some indirect expense. Then that item has to be deducted. That item has to be removed. Okay, or if it has been removed, it has to be added. That is, if it is a loss, it has to be added. If it is an abnormal gain, it has to be deducted. So in this way, you have to make the adjustments and then you have to get your pure profit. Pure profit is your normal profit, where only operational activities are included. This abnormal gain or abnormal loss are not included. Okay, so let us go through the question. The normal profit for the year 2016-17, normal profit minus abnormal gain. Now as this is our first type of question, I have done it in this manner. Okay, so total profit is how much? 1 lakh given, minus abnormal gain. You have to reduce it every time. Remember, abnormal gain reduced, abnormal loss added. Okay, any indirect expense mentioned, it has to be reduced. So minus 12,500, you get it as normal profit or pure profit 87,500. Normal profit for 2017-18, the total profit plus the abnormal loss. So 1,25,000 plus 25,000. This 25,000 is your abnormal loss. It was deducted from your normal profit. So now you are going to add it back. So my normal profit will be how much? 1,50,000. Okay. The next is normal profit for the year 2018-19. So total profit minus indirect expense. This excluding 12,500 as insurance expense, premium it is said, it is a indirect expense. Okay, so that has to be deducted. So 1 lakh 12,500 minus 12,500, 1 lakh. Now the normal profit that I have is 87,500 plus 1,50,000 plus 1 lakh divided by 3. Average profit I will get 1,12,500. The goodwill will be average profit into number of years of purchase. So 1,12,500 into number of years of purchase, it will be given in words like this. So don't just keep on searching. Just read the question properly. It will be given in words also. Okay. So into 2,25,000. So this is how goodwill is solved, and these type of questions in all the 3 methods are important. The next is question number 9. Question number 9 is Bharat and Bhushan are partners sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2. They decided to admit Manu as a partner from 1st April 2019 on the following terms. Manu will be given 2/5 share of the profit. Goodwill of the firm will be valued at 2 years purchase of 3 years normal average profit of the firm. Profits of the previous 3 years ended 31st March were 2019 profit 30,000 after debiting loss of stock by fire 40,000. So this is a loss which was deducted. It is an abnormal loss. So now it will be added back. Okay. Now this is important. 2018 there was a loss. There was a loss in the profit and loss account we are talking. There was a loss of 80,000, which includes voluntary retirement compensation paid 1,10,000. Now the loss is 80,000 and this loss includes 1,10,000 voluntary retirement compensation. So let us see, I'll explain it to you in the solution. 2017 profit 1,10,000 including a gain or profit of 30,000 on the basis of sale of fixed assets. Calculate the value of goodwill. Okay. Now very first thing, normal profit for 2019. 2019 it is said the total profit is 30,000 and as I said abnormal loss will be added. So 30,000 plus 40,000, 70,000. As I said you can do it in a tabular form also. Then for 2018 the loss is given. Okay. Now if you see in your profit and loss account on the credit side, when you included voluntary retirement compensation paid, that is an expense for you, you included it into the profit and loss account debit side and then you calculated the profit and loss account balance. You got a credit balance and that will be termed as net loss. That loss is 80,000. Okay. Now when you scrutinized it, when you rechecked it, you found that this voluntary retirement compensation is an indirect expense. You are not supposed to include it right now. So you have to deduct it. It is an abnormal thing. Okay. Not instantly it happened, this voluntary retirement. So it is not known. Means not the normal course of business. So what they will do? From this loss, 1,10,000 will be deducted. So 80,000 is only the loss. 1,10,000 when it is deducted from this loss, you will get a profit of 30,000. That is, in short, from the profit and loss account, they removed this voluntary retirement compensation from the debit side and then they did the total again. They got a net profit on the debit side as 30,000. Okay, so this is the thing. Just go through my whatever I spoke right now. Just go through it again. You will understand it much better. Okay, because one time when you listen, you won't understand it. If you listen it the second time, you will try to analyze it, and the third time when you listen it, it will be much clearer to you. Normal profit for the year ended 31st March 2017. Now the normal profit is total profit, that is 1,10,000 minus gain on sale of fixed asset. This is abnormal gain. Okay, you never expected, you got it. So it is abnormal gain. So that will be deducted, 80,000. Average profit will be 70,000 plus 30,000 plus 80,000. In this question, this part was important because here loss is given. That is why it is important. Okay, divided by 3, 60,000. Goodwill equals to average profit for the last 3 years into number of years of purchase, 60,000 into 2, and that is 1,20,000. So this is how question number 9 is to be solved. I hope you understood it.